Sup, Devils? J-dawg's got a video that he's going to be going over a potential fucking banger of polls. Just brought up the next video online. Forgot all about this one, but I remember when making the video for it, told you to leave in the comments the polls. I read nothing. Just brought the video up. I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, this one. Can't wait to shoot the video. Curious what's in there. It's a fuck, because I remember there'd be supposed to be a poll count. Fucking better put your goddamn votes in there, so we're going to find the fuck out. Because the video is posted 2 weeks ago. Taking votes. Is Hellhammer a death metal band or not? Definitely very curious as to what your guys' thoughts off. Like I said, had this conversation. The first person that ever threw that out there was Dawn of the Dead, and I didn't 100% agree, but definitely didn't disagree. And I'm kind of like, yeah, I kind of agree. Especially consider their first death metal band ever. And I'm like, kind of. It's not punk. It's not thrash. Not really black metal. I guess you could maybe call it black metal or death metal. I mean, maybe if as a stretch. So, anyways, only 112 fucking wimpy ass comments on a fucking goddamn poll. God damn it. So potentially not too many fucking votes in there. But anyway, let's see what the fuck we got in there. Questions, comments, concerns gonna be going off, of course, as always. But let's see what the fuck toll is. And if somebody didn't put it in there, let me know on this video then. Assuming there's enough fucking votes and hopefully more than 10. Let me know what people thought. Was Hellhammer, did they win as being a death metal band? Or did they win as not being a death metal band? And if not a death metal band, what the fuck are they? Thrash then? I mean, what the fuck are they? Heavy metal? I don't know. So anyways, let's see what the fuck we got. Might as well Thea 666. I'd say Hellhammer would sit better in the early black metal category. As I said earlier. If a label is necessary. The primitive riffing and lo-fi approach to satanic aesthetic, everything kind of points towards black metal, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't think that's completely off base. Patrick Hetrick, Paul Hetrick. I'm an old devil. Hellhammer is definitely not death metal. I'm not going to read everything. Cardiac Arrest. Hellhammer for sure a forefather of death metal. All right, fuck yeah. Tim Farmer. Hey, mate. Long-time supporter, first-time commenter. That's what I like to hear, goddammit. Keep those comments coming. More of a heads up, really. Was going to ask any Necrofilth in the pipeline. You know what? Somebody asked me that later. I don't know. He always communicates with Chase. I definitely would ask personally. When Zach used to live here in Cleveland, so they're technically initially a Cleveland band. Where does he live now? Portland, I think, or some shit like that. Is it in Portland or Denver, Colorado, or around Phoenix? I don't know, somewhere out there, somewhere out west. I know that. So I haven't talked to him. But when he was here in Cleveland, he'd be at all the shows, and I would get kind of updates too. But now I just kind of leave the chase. Hey, when the audio's done, give the chase. Because I can't follow up on every goddamn band. But if I really, really want to know, I can. I don't know if I have his email. I can easily get it. Ask Chase or Craig for it. But I know Zach's health still isn't what he wants it to be. Yeah, that last I heard, his health was kind of in the shitter. When I saw him in person, and that was shit. I think the last time I saw him in person was whatever Head Bash Necrofilth played. So was that 16, 17? So 5-6 years ago. So I don't know if it's improved from there, if it's stabilized, or if it's gotten worse. I have no idea. Hopefully, at the very least, it's at least stabilized. And then he leaves a goddamn fucking essay. So yeah, the truth is, I don't know, man. But hope he's doing well, and if Necrofilth still does something, we'll make sure we'd be happy to work with him. From Miserable Hermit. Miserable Hermit. Plays misanthropic black metal. Hellhammer is first wave black metal, the soundtrack of my life. And the guy Skirner of the Sumerians saying that they're black metal. Sounds like most people think they're black metal. So probably won't read them all off, just keep the questions right out. Give me the count then, Devils. What is put in there? Is it put it like a black metal? 30 people said black metal, 10 people said death metal, 5 people said thrash metal. And since that's popular demand by votes on a metal channel by fucking real devils, I mean, I imagine most of the people that watch my shit are into real metal. I mean, how the fuck do you know about me otherwise? I mean, because my channel's so small. So I continue. I'm sure there's a few posers in there, but I would say 95% of you, anyone watching this, especially if you're watching regularly, maybe not one video off and never seen anything else, I'd have to venture to believe 95% of you are fucking true fucking metalheads, and probably for quite some time now too. So I would value your opinion, and I'd say fuck it. Whatever the winning vote is, black metal, death metal, thrash, I think that's what J-dawg's going to start calling Hellhammer. That's what they are, goddammit. Verdict's out. Jury is decided. Ricky Jones, J-Dawg, what's your favorite vinyl variant? Vinyl variant as far as 12-inch, 7-inch, or LPs? I mean, probably LPs because, the albums like that. I will say this, is my younger years, I loved 7-inches the most, but not so much anymore because 7-inches has been lamed out for the last 20 years. I loved 7-inches when they were rare, at most 500 copies pressed, but a lot of times 300 copies, and it was exclusive songs only to that fucking release, because that to me truly represented the underground, and you're the ones that own the songs. You had that piece of fucking history on vinyl, and a lot of times they were really, really, really good songs. Because there was kind of no time for fucking boredom. Filler boredom, because instead of doing 12 songs, there was only 3 or 4, so less to fuck up, right? But in more recent times, very rarely is someone doing an exclusive 7-inch. But they'll do 7-inches, they do them, but then they re-release the songs or whatever, and I hate that shit. So used to be 7-inches until they got fucking lamed out. I still buy 7-inches and shit. Um, for example, like Ian Ravenscrout sent me the Zoom 7-inch. That was a good one. Again, 2 of the songs though were songs on another subject, but they were at least re-recorded, like Vacant Graves on there. And that's on Slaughter Cult. It's a totally different recording, so at least it's not just the same fucking recording. But it does have 2 songs that aren't on anything else, at least not yet. Worming and the what is it, Nazi Meddlers Fuck Off or whatever. So those were 2 original songs. So I like shit like that. I really do. Just like Exhumed, I believe it was the split with Ingrowing. The Exhumed side is just one song, the Something Sick in This Way Comes. Fucking awesome song. Wish they played that song live too. And all the fucking posers at the fucking live shows, they don't know that goddamn song. Fuck no, they don't. It's another reason why I kind of like it. It really, if you had a fucking devil in the Exhumed crowd headbanging the Exhumed songs, and they play that song, I mean, he's still headbanging, maybe he doesn't know it, but if he truly does know it and recognizes it because he owns the 7-inch response, that's a real fan of the band. You know what I mean? Not some fucking dickhead at best. Maybe owns one CD and that's it, which is fine. I mean, there's some stuff but I'm just saying like that. You really kind of, in my opinion, you are a diehard fucking fan. If you know what I'm saying. So kind of represents the the fucking top dog fans of that particular band. That's how I've always looked at it. Mac Powers, hey J-Dawg, do you like the band The Mentors? Is is there other shock rock metal bands you enjoy? The Mentors, yeah, they're fun. I don't really think I own anything other than the 7-inch we did. The split with the Mentors with fucking who do we do? Why am I drawing a blank? Goddamn whatever fuck the split 7-inch we did. Um it's fun, I mean the first album, what was that, from 84? The first 2 is kind of, I can't say I know anything after the second album. Heard it, don't own them. And it's like, it's kind of a fun listen, but it wouldn't be something I spin regularly. But it's good, solid shit. If somebody said, especially an Old Devil, if he's like, that's my favorite band, like first Mentors album and all that El Duce shit and stuff like that, I love all that stuff. I would understand. You know what I mean? Another shock rock metal band. I said the Ronchus Brothers. I mean, because I'd be in that category, right? Yeah, Ronchus Brothers, newer band, but they're definitely, I wouldn't consider them rock, but metal, and just it's. I don't know if those guys actually believe the shit that they say, like all the sexism shit and all the gay bashing and stuff. I don't know if they're like super serious about it. It's just supposed to be for shock value. Just supposed to be funny. Don't know, don't care. That's their problem. They're entitled to their opinion on whatever. I don't really give a shit what another grown man's opinion is. Um, but nonetheless, I thought the tunes were good, and if nothing else, I thought the lyrics were fucking funny because I could take a fucking joke, unlike the sensitive fucking tampon boys of the day that cannot. Like, I just take it as a joke and just leave it at that. I don't take it seriously. I just think it's funny. Joe Deakins, thanks for the info, dog. Looking into the berberine out has a lot of benefits. My vitamin D I take is 5,000 I use. Question: What are the vitamins? What are the vitamin supplements you take? I understand if it's too much of a laundry list to mention it at all, I'll be adding berberine to my supplements. So for me, yeah, it's actually quite a fucking laundry list. But I wouldn't recommend everything I take because it's a little unnecessary for the average person. I do kind of like to offset some of the damage, if you want to call it that, to the bodybuilding lifestyle, for example. Some of the shit that for example, one thing I take that's definitely effective, it's been shown in studies, and there's guys that really improve their blood work. Luckily, knock on wood, I've never had problems even before, and I just add it as a safety measure. Extract. It's really improves kidney function. My kidneys, my blood work have never even been elevated. Thank fucking God, knock on wood, because that's one of the big things bodybuilders run into. But I still added in dose probably about 3-4 years ago to be extra cautious. I do 2,000 milligrams of that 3 times a day. But other supplements I do take that I do recommend for everybody, N-acetylcysteine. It's also known as NAC. I would do kind of like, I wouldn't say the sky's the limit, but I do 1,200 milligrams of that a day. I would do no less than 1,000 I'm recommended. And fuck, if you want to, you can even go to about 3,000. One of the best free radical scavengers and antioxidants you can put in your body. That's alpha lipoic acid. I recommend that for anybody too. Another free radical scavenger, antioxidant, very, very good for your health. I take 1,600 milligrams of that a day. Garlic extract, very, very good for the heart and blood pressure. There's a ton of health benefits, actually. I take 6, 12, like 3,000 milligrams of that a day. I'd recommend that. Fish oil for everybody. Fish oil, at least 3 grams, 3,000 milligrams a day. You could go higher on that too. I know some guys that go 6, 7,000, but 3,000 in some of the studies, that's like the least effective dose. Because if you're taking I take fish oil and they're taking 500 milligrams a day, that ain't doing fucking shit. Go to at least 3 grams. So just look at the bottle, the serving size, what you're doing. Like, well, fuck, guys, I got to take 8 fucking caps of what I'm taking. Yeah. Join the club, rah. I take a good vitamin multi-mineral. That's a full spectrum of all the minerals. A key to those is you want them chelated. The brand I use is Species Nutrition. So you can look at it. It's called V Mineralize. I take that year round for 10 years now. That's got a ton of just everything you need. As far as micronutrients, everything you need. Like I said, that extra vitamin D. Other shit that I take that I recommend. Oh, one of my favorite supplements of all time is also by Species Nutrition. It's called Fiber Lies. That sounds lame as fuck, but it's probably my all-time favorite supplements. It's a powder you mix. You just put about this much water and you shake it up and you chug it down. Don't let it, it'll turn into a jelly. And it'll definitely make a difference when you go to the bathroom, dramatically, especially if you eat a good amount of fucking food. If you eat like a complete bird, maybe it might not make that much of a difference. But even if it doesn't, it helps with blood sugar control. And it also will lower your LDL cholesterol. So if you're really fucking curious, is it working? It's working. If it's doing that, at least get your fucking blood work done beforehand. Check your LDL cholesterol, which is your bad cholesterol. You want it under 100, preferably under. If you want to really be kicking ass, under 80. And then take the Fiberlize for, let's say, 6 weeks. Go get them rechecked. I guarantee it brings it down. Guarantee it comes down by at least 30 points. I take all those, and there's other shit I take too. But like I said, I'm trying to only recommend ones that somebody I would recommend just to anybody for generalized health. Might be it. There might be 1 or 2 others, but those are the ones I'm thinking of. But yes, I do take other shit too. But like I said, for just a regular person, I would consider it unnecessary. From Imperial Nocturnal, hey J-dawg, answer yes. Hellhammer are pro-typical death metal. Just my opinion. Question, what are your thoughts on CC's Evisceration Plague? Cheers, brah. I like every Cannibal Corpse album. I mean, Evisceration Plague is definitely one of my least favorite records. I think my least favorite, I've said it before, as a whole, is probably Kill. That's probably my least favorite album, although Make Them Suffer and The Time to Kill Now are fucking tens of songs. Those are phenomenal. But it did seem to have some fillers on there, some of the songs that aren't very memorable and just kind of like nothing. I didn't think any songs sucked. They're just kind of fillers. Visceration Plague, kind of the same thing. Had a few songs I thought were a little bit filler on there. The title track of Visceration Plague is fucking awesome. So no, it's a good. There's not a single Cannibal album I dislike at all. So. Sewer Vomit. Don't recognize you, brah. So welcome to the goddamn channel. J-Double, your thoughts. Do you think Mortician should release a new album? Or do you think it would kill the mystique of the band by not living up to their past releases? I would love a second final Bloodbath session. That album ruled. You know what? I've kind of thought about this before, and I have mixed feelings. As much as I do want a new Mortician album, I kind of don't at the same time. Because Because if you do, because right now they have a perfect catalog. I like every album. The last album they did was Reanimated Dead Flesh. I'm not going to say it's my favorite album by any means, but I still love it. You run the risk of them putting out a tour. Now, granted, let's call it like it is. I mean, pretty fucking definitely the definition of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'm sure it probably wouldn't suck. Song wise, the only way to see Mortician's not going to come where it's sucked in the sense of where now they got a female vocalist, or they got a ballad, or they got a clean vocals or whatever in there. It's going to be, it would suck in the sense of like, goddamn, these songs are super fucking repetitive. Goddamn, this drum machine sounds like extra shit. Goddamn, this fucking recording sounds like shit. It'd be something like that. So you run that risk. I'm not saying that they would. It could be the best album they ever did. You run that risk too. But let's call it like it is, as most bands go. It would be more towards a risk where like, kind of disappointed. So it is kind of cool to have a perfect catalog of doing shows. I will say this, I kind of agree with you though. What they should do, another final bloodbath session would be cool because I do like that in the studio recording with the live drum with the drummer, like Roger doing drums. At least it's what it was in the first one. I don't know who plays drums for him now because it looked like a live set I seen, like in Maryland stuff. Isn't Roger playing guitar? I think he's doing guitar and then Will on bass and vocals, and then were they using a drum machine? I think they had a drummer if I remember correctly. I don't remember, but I don't know who the fuck's playing drums for him. Put in the comments if you know, because I don't. What the fuck, J-dawg? It's this one, dumbass. All right, I'm a dumbass. I'm unaware. Just didn't follow. But if they did a final bloodbath session, even if it's not Roger playing drums, if they got another guy, young buck, and he's really good, and he could do them, cool, use him. And then Roger on guitar and Will on bass and vocals. What would be really cool, what I would like is Will on bass and vocals, Desmond on guitar, and Roger on drums. Just kind of nostalgic value. But anyways, do another final bloodbath sessions, but do all songs that are not on the first one. All different songs. So whatever songs they play on there, like I know like Dr. Gore's on there, Zombie Apocalypse, I'm sure Necrocannibal's probably on there, Drilling for Brains, probably Defiler of the Dead, shit like that. A lot of their hits. I'm sure Blood Craving's on there. Don't do any of those. Do songs that they didn't do. I agree because I like that recording quite a bit actually. So yeah, I think that would be my stance. If I had a preference, maybe at this point, no new album. Now don't get me wrong. If Mortician's like, hey, we're doing it. Fuck you, J-dawg. We're doing an album. It's coming out in 2 months. I'm not gonna lie. I'd be pretty excited. I'm definitely checking it out. I'll be like, fuck yeah. But you just run the risk of being disappointed. That's all. Furnace Rex is an old devil who was there. Hellhammer is definitely a first generation black metal band. Something like they might be winning the goddamn black metal looking tag. Imperial Nocturnal. Hey Justin, I meant creatine monohydrate. I used to take it back in my bodybuilding days, and now my grandpa is taking it in small doses. What's your take on ephedrine-based fat burners? Have you tried any? Thanks for the answers and the great videos. Yeah, creatine monohydrate. Actually, that's another good supplement that actually has a ton of health benefits. Everybody thinks it's just for fucking building muscle or a muscle supplement. That's not true. It actually has tons of health benefits. You can fucking research and look it up. But anybody that's usually marketing it, they just market it to fucking for building muscle. But 5 grams a day, it's all you fucking need. I take it year round. I have for fucking years. So I just toss it in my one of my shakes. You know what I mean? That's it. So 5 grams a day. My opinion on ephedrine-based fat burners. The thing is, are you finding actual real ephedrine? Because ephedrine is actually technically a banned substance now. And this was kind of before my time, the old ECA stack, ephedra, caffeine, aspirin. Those used to be like the late 90s, early 2000s was like fucking wildfire. And all the guys that took it back then said that shit was fucking awesome. So, but ephedrine became fucking illegal. So, but what the ephedrine that's out there now, it's like an extract, and everyone says it's not, because I never actually taken real ephedrine. And it's banned in the sense, I think it's considered a class 3 drug. Class 3 drugs, for example, in case you guys don't know, because people think just because you need a prescription for something, it's a class 3 drug. No. For example, like if you were to like obtain a blood pressure medication without a script, you're not gonna go to jail. It's not illegal. It's not a class 3 drug. A cholesterol medication, not a class 3 drug. Antidepressants, it wouldn't be class. They wouldn't do anything to you. They would just give it back to you. Just to obtain them, generally speaking, you need to get a script. Otherwise, you got to go outside means. some type of pharmacy outside the U.S. or whatever, they'll just send it to you. But it's not illegal by any fucking means. Not even gray area. It's totally legal. But Class A drugs are things like heroin, cocaine, oxys, steroids. Those are all considered Class 3 drugs that are without a script are illegal. I think ephedrine might be put in there. That's why it's really hard to get, because even like guys in the bodybuilding world, if they're using UGL stuff, well, they all are, but I mean, I don't even see it on there. Never even see anybody bring it up. Even they say it's hard to get, because I think it's like pretty controlled. It's kind of like, in a sense, things like Percocets and shit are really fucking controlled. Like you wouldn't see kind of like a UGL lab dicking with that, because that's when like the higher ups or the feds or whoever the fuck's watching, that's what they care about, is shit like that. And the reason they care is not because they're trying to market health, is because there's big, big, big money on that. As opposed to somebody selling like a bottle of testosterone and shit, they're just kind of like, yeah, they don't really care, because there's only thousands and thousands of dollars involved in that. Somebody on a UGL lab, you're selling things like Percocets and shit like that, there's millions of fucking dollars, because people get hooked on them so easy. So the crackdown is extremely harsh. And don't quote me on that, but I think ephedrine is in that same category. And that's why it's like, like I said, I've never even tried it. I would. It's one I would try. I've heard it's a fucking, you feel amazing on it, and it's a great fucking fat burner. But I've never actually used it. But I do use over-the-counter fat burners, but they always generally have the just standard caffeine in there and a bunch of things. The reason why I use them is just like when I do like morning cardio, it just perks me up. Instead of a cup of coffee, just gets the mind going. I don't like going crazy with stims. I keep them around about 200 milligrams for first thing in the morning. Any more than that, you're raising blood pressure, and then you become reliant on them and shit like that. And I always try to take at least one day a week, no stimulants whatsoever, not a cup of coffee, nothing, to give yourself a break. Because you can find yourself in that. Because people, they're taking way more than they think. Because imagine if you're taking a fat burn, now you're drinking a cup of coffee, and now you got to go to the gym, then you're taking a fucking pre-work on top of that. I'm a little sleepy, I'm going to crack a Red Bull. Before you know it, you have a fucking 1,000 grams of fucking caffeine, 1,000 milligrams of caffeine per day. You're like, holy fuck, dude. I mean, that's very, very fucking hard on your resting heart rate and your blood pressure, and it's going to cause fucking problems for sure in the long haul. So, yeah, so I don't know if there's actual real, because I know what you're talking about, but I think it's an extract of it, of ephedrine. And like I said, I can't say firsthand that I can compare it. Like, I've tried the real shit, and the extract, I'm sure it's in supplements even I've taken, to notice the difference, but I have known guys that have used both. And it's like, dude, it's not even fucking comparable. Like, and that's why they can sell it legally, because it's not even, it's basically a completely different ingredient. But the old ECLA stack, from what I was told, from guys in the late 90s, early 2000s, like, dude, that stuff was the fucking shit. Yeah, ephedrine, caffeine, aspirin, that was the stack. So, hope that's helpful for you. We're at the 20-minute now, Mark, so that's going to be the last question. So that's it for this one, Devils. You know what to do. And get me that goddamn fucking Hellhammer count. You know, black metal, thrash, death metal, whatever the hell it is. Give me the numbers. I know one of you guys will do it. RCG Rock, Ricky Jones, one of you guys, I think you guys did the last ones. David Lane, somebody will do it. Put it on this video. Give me the counts. I'm very, very curious. And we'll announce who the fucking winners. And I guess that's the official statement of Hellhammer, goddammit, of what the fuck music genre they are. So put it in there. And then the usual comments, questions, hit sub buttons, tell Nanny and Papa and Sister and all everybody else about me. Watch my goddamn fucking shit. And I'll see you tomorrow. Later, Devils.